The website for Middleton Made Knives provides a full picture of the product line that is available from the company.
I make paring knives, I make petties, and that's a utility knife. I make a slicer, a boning knife, fillet knife. A sentaku is a Japanese vegetable knife, and a chef knife. A lot of people love that sentaku shape because it's a little different than the norm. It's around, the sentaku is the first, and then the chef knife is next. My knife ranges from $80 to $800. I price my knife at a point where a line cook can purchase a knife, even though they might think, okay, $300 is a little bit expensive, but they're thinking about it. Okay, maybe I can save my money up to get that knife. Maybe I can afford to getting a professional tool.
Knives can be purchased directly from the website, but there are a handful of stores in far-flung locations that sell them too.
The people that carrying my knives are in Charleston. The name of the company is Charleston Cook. In Brooklyn, Whisk. In California, and San Francisco, a store called Town Cutler.
Now meet the man and the production facility behind Middleton Made Knives.
My name is Quintin Middleton, and I am a bladesmith.
It's difficult to believe that operating out of this shed, put together with 2x4s and plywood, Quintin Middleton makes knives that command up to $800 and sells them from Brooklyn to San Francisco. It's a humble beginning for a venture with a ton of upside, a venture which might never have happened if Quintin had not quit his job with the county and given up a steady paycheck to pursue his dream.
Just like you're saying, it's uncertain, but my faith in Jesus kept me where I can go ahead and just stepping out on faith, basically. It's the unknown, stepping out, but my faith kept me. I put my head on my wife's shoulder and said, baby, I don't know. I really want to do this because this is where my passion is, this is where my heart is. And I have an understanding wife, and she's my inspiration. And she told me, baby, if you believe in it, I believe in you, so you can do it.
Growing up in St. Stephen, South Carolina, Quintin was fascinated with knives and swords. His first effort at making something along those lines was an ice pick, which remains on his workbench today.
And then my dad said, he saw it, he was so mad. He said, man, give me this, you can hurt yourself. And he threw it away. And that's really the start of it. Sometimes people forget where they come from. And so that's a really good reminder of where I started.
Over time, Quintin learned the trade and got pretty good at making swords and hunting knives. Once he thought about making money with his trade, he figured that his best bet would be to create knives for chefs to use.
I really didn't know what a chef knife, the geometry of it, would really look like and how it really worked.
There were plenty of chefs in nearby Charleston, though, so Quintin figured he could rely on them to help make the transition.
I called each and every one. No one would give me the time of day, but the head chef at Cypress, Craig Deal. He took the time out and tell me how it works and how they would use it. I would make a knife and let him try it for a few weeks, and he said, okay, this works, but you need to do this. You need to straighten this out. If he didn't took the time out and tell me, I don't think it would have started off. I don't think it would blew up the way that it is now.
Not only did Quintin learn what chefs were looking for in a knife, but he figured out ways to improve on the design.
My handles are a little different from store-bought knives because it has a little Coke bottle shape. So your pinky can kind of hug it, and on the spine of my knife, regular knives are a little bit flat. I round it off because a lot of chefs hug up on their knife, so it's not really cutting into their hands.
Functionality wasn't enough for Quintin, though. He looks upon the knives as art, so he takes time and concentrates on form as well as function.
A lot of times when people go in the store, they will pick up a knife. I like this knife, but, and I would like to take that but factor out, where they can grab the knife. I love this knife. There's no but, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And there's nothing wrong with getting a tool of a trade and it look good as well.
All that attention to detail paid off, and now Quintin's knives are in the hands of chefs and line cooks in numerous restaurants in Charleston and beyond. That was pretty much his market at the beginning, but now more and more amateurs are buying Middleton knives.
Everybody wants to be the next Bobby Flay or the next Morimoto or the Cat Cora or Claire Robinson. If they want to do that, they need to step up a little bit. Now they want professional tools.
Over the past year or so, a solid base has been established for Middleton-made knives. It might now be time to expand the offerings.
I'm at where I want to be at right now for design, but maybe after this year, like I'm going to start making one-of-a-kind knives.
As demand grows too, Quintin knows that he can't keep up with all the work by himself, and he knows he will one day soon outgrow this workshop.
Truthfully, I would like for it to be a factory where it's still handmade, but like maybe about 5 or 10 people in the factory environment.
The expansion is still in the future, but Quintin says he is driven to get there, not just for himself, but for his wife and 2 young children.
The way my father and my grandfather raised me is you need to set up something for your family.
Quintin is on a path to create something lasting for his family. It's the kind of success story that you hear about from time to time, and it's playing out in a small South Carolina town in this small workshop.
I would say it would be the American dream. The American dream realized.